Okay, so we have Richard right here, and he just had his 50th meal. He's been eating cat treats out of the bowl. Like, I just dumped the whole box of cat treats in his bowl. And he just had his diuretic. So he got an oral diuretic. First he had a shot at the vet, and then they sent 2 pills to give him. We're supposed to give him the second one today. And last night he took the pill at like 9 p.m. and then he had a nap, and then he woke up and he was breathing kind of heavy. And I think it was the pill, because the pill takes the salt out of his body, which lowers his blood pressure, which stops enough blood from going into his heart, which then, what does it do? Well, it stops enough blood from going through his heart, and then there's something left behind. I think there's more blood that's supposed to be going through his heart, but there's some left behind, and it gets pushed into his lungs at that point. That's what ChatGPT says. So you can see he's breathing kind of heavy right now. You can see it's kind of forced. But anyway, along those lines of what I was just saying, so because his heart is weak, because he had a heart attack because he was poisoned, or because he's just fat and had a heart attack or something like that, his heart is very weak. And so if he has low blood pressure, which eating a diuretic will, because that'll take the salt out of his body, then his heart's not going to get a good pump, and it's not going to be able to oxygenate his cells. So he actually eats food to the point of being fat because he's trying to make his blood thick to compensate for the fact that he doesn't have a strong heart. And so if his blood is thick, that increases his blood pressure, and that makes his blood be more forced into his heart, and it forces his heart to give him a good pump so that nothing's left behind, and nothing left behind means nothing goes into his lungs. That's kind of based on the ChatGPT conversation I had. Just based on plain talking, like just plain English, he was doing fine, and then he took the pill, and then he was doing worse. And after he eats, he also breathes kind of heavy. Like, if you could see, look how he breathes kind of sudden. You can see that kind of jerkiness. Now, he just ate a big meal. Soon, in like 20 or 30 minutes, that jerkiness is going to go away. And the pill made him even more jerky than that. And without eating, you'd wonder why his jerkiness was coming back. Was it because his blood pressure was lowering, that he just hadn't eaten in so long? Or was it because of the diuretic, which would lower his blood pressure? Or was it because of both? I mean, I don't think I want to give him another diuretic. But he's able to sleep now and lay on his side. He could sleep in any position now. But you can see it's jerky still. And I sleep with, I lay on my back with him, and with him on my chest. And I could feel the jerkiness of his breathing too. And it was kind of concerning to me when I was cuddling with him tonight. So my plan at this point is to try to make him lose weight, to give him more frequent meals throughout the day, but less volume, and that way I could keep his blood pressure the right amount, and then try to wean him down to like 2 meals a day over time and try and make him skinny. So you can see now, look, he's breathing really fast. 1, 2, it was 33 breaths a minute when I checked last. Got a dove up there. And it's my cousin's birthday party, so I'm gonna go hang out with her today. Okay, big boy. Ooh. Yeah, well. So anyway, if it works out the way I hope it does, he's going to be able to have a nap, long nap, 3 or 4 hour nap. Okay, I'm paranoid about saying the number 3 here. Some people are TIs and gang stalkers. I just got the inference that, well, I don't want to call her my girlfriend right now because I'm worried she dumped me, kind of. But because I think I called her back and it rang like after the second time I called, but I can't remember. And I thought she screened my call. And then I thought maybe that meant she dumped me. But anyways, I think she's a TI and part gang stalker. I think she's hybrid. And I just realized that I think she gets tortured, but only so much, because she still does some gang stalking, but nothing that is too morally irrehensible to her. I hope that's a word, irrehensible. She doesn't do anything she really doesn't like. And so I bet a lot of TIs are part gang stalker. I'm not part gang stalker. I'm 100% TI. Just in case anyone thinks that I'm part gang stalker. Not that I'm trying to say it's better or worse. I think I personally like being a TI, just like I personally like being a vegan. I like maxing out my freedom. So you can see even in just in the 7 minutes, his breathing is kind of calming down a bit. Something about the food in his stomach is also pushing pressure and displacing things. So it has to wait a while before it digests, before he can breathe more calmly. I was thinking the last time I called my so-called girlfriend, I mean, I still think of her as my girlfriend, you know, and I mean, I'm gonna milk it right up to our date night. And I thought, I hope she doesn't answer because I'm already busy preparing for our next date. I mean, I got work to do over here. And so far, I've not been cranking my pepper. And I've not been becoming neurotic. I've been becoming just more sober. It's nice. And I figure it's like not cheating. It's like, not that I think that she should not be with anyone else. I don't care. I care that I'm the best. If I was second best, I would be really upset. That would possibly be a deal breaker for me. But it shouldn't be. I would actually be a loser to say that. But I am actually a loser. I actually am that insecure that if I wasn't her favorite, I would actually be really insecure. But I was thinking, all these times I have solo romantic time, it's always thinking of someone who's not even her. And it's kind of like people who don't even love me. So I should not even use my energy on that, because apparently Osho says that, I know he says it, that if you have romantic time with people you don't love, then you become obsessive and then you stay stuck in bondage. And so I think it's kind of like a emotionally healthy thing to not be thinking of this and that person who doesn't even love me, when I only want to have spiritual love. Now, I'm not strong enough for that. You know, I want to be healthy too, and I want to water fast too, and I'm going to set all those intentions, and I'm just going to turn around and fail 20 minutes later. But ideally, I'd like to only have spiritual love. And so far, I'm doing it. I mean, so far, I'm using the energy that I'm building up, and I'm using the love that I'm getting from her as compensation for not having my cake. And it's been pretty great. I mean, I feel like I have more energy, more love. So he looks like he's intensely looking at something. But you can see his breathing's more normal now. It's still a little off, a little fast. I think he had a heart attack. I remember the exact moment where he was covered in shit. I woke up and he was geriatric. And he had eaten some of my gravy, and I thought, oh, it's the gravy. But then it was like, no, he's eaten gravy before, I think.